Hey guys, and today we are mounting these FT-2000, the renewed model of 2025. I have already the tower put down, and I have the windwheel prepared and all the instruments to do the assembly. Everything I have here. And well, let's start with the very simple thing. You have to start with electrics perhaps first. So first of all, I have to reattach the cable here, because well, eventually I have been painting this piece because I haven't done this before. So I'm waiting a little bit for it to dry, and let me show you quickly how does it look like on the electric side, because that's the most important thing to understand how the wind turbine should be actually working. And well, this is something that is really important for you to start. You see, I'm almost finished. I'm actually working on this I will hope to finish this within a week or two. And then I will finish this shit, because, well, last year I actually just tried to put it to see if I have enough these elements, but I left it like this, and I just didn't have any time to fix it. And after I'm done with that, I'm definitely working on this. This will be nice and tidy, don't worry. Yeah, electric prep. So lights on, it will be a little bit better maybe. So what is important? So first of all, there's the breaker. So this is the parking brake for this wind turbine. So the cable gets into here, then it goes to the after the parking brake. There is a surge protection device, because well, what it does, it protects from lightning if it strikes in a tower, for example. What it does, it shortcuts these and goes all to take everything into the ground. Probably I will have to reattach this wire because this is too thin. I maybe should use a little bit thicker. I will likely do this very soon. And well, then from here it goes to controller, and I have already controller mounted. Controller has two lines supplied in it here. So first one is wind turbine, the second one is plus and minus of the battery. And this controller is very good, because you have the battery circuit breaker and you have the brake, the separate brake, which I should put on as well. So before actually mounting in the wind turbine, and ensure that all these breakers, all these parking brakes things are on. So this is what is important. And it's currently powered or not, I don't know. Should be. It should be powered probably. I'm just not sure if I actually did it at some point. Yeah. Oh, come on. It should be powered. Hold on a sec. I have to figure out what's going on. Oh, come on. The remedy is very simple. I forgot that the circuit breaker is off. Yeah. So once you switch it on, give it some time. Yeah, there it goes. So it goes on, and well, what you have to ensure that all of your settings are okay. So in system, you have to ensure that you have the system voltage correct, the battery correct, the low voltage, or return on low, the float charge voltage full, return on full, whatever. So everything has to be ensured that it's properly. And the main thing is on wind, you have to also ensure that you have this on, you have the MPPT on, you have the current set, you have the max voltage set, the rotation limit. So this is the hard limit. Let me remind you, it will allow to only overspin like 10 maybe RPMs, not more. The cut-in voltage, the time to engage the resistor once the over voltage rotation or over rotation is reached. So how many minutes will it stay? It can be like many minutes, but I like to have it like for several seconds, because 0 means it will only engage the braking resistor, which is located in here, only for that exact time, as much as it needed. The pair of poles, that's what important, and the disturbance value of MPPT. I'm not sure if 100 is okay. Probably I have to put a little bit lower. Maybe let's start with 90, so it presses a little bit heavier on the wind turbine, so it applies more amps from the very beginning. But let's see, I'm not sure. I will have to see it on the wind. So as long as this is done, as long as the controller is on and the brake buttons are okay, you can actually switch it off like this. It goes dark, and we go back to the wind turbine. Okay, so I already connected the generator, and I mean, I love the wires going out, so that's just personal preference. So I mean, I will be easily able to connect them. And I've already connected the generator, and with the help of some kind of ladder, I don't know, whatever, table, anything you have, it is way easier to do than just like by holding it. So yeah, let me lift it and just like do the connection, and that's it. That will be it. So no big issues, no big deal with this, and let's proceed with the assembly in full. I mean, we have a little bit of wind, so the other important thing I haven't told you that to mount the wind turbine you have to use it in a less windy time as possible. I don't know, maybe how much time will I need to finish this, maybe 30-40 minutes, it just depends, maybe 20. But yeah, we will likely even see some rotation today, so I will show you maybe a couple of first watts, maybe yes, maybe no, we will see. So let's proceed. Attached, secured it nicely so it won't move anywhere. I mean, this is okay, absolutely. I don't care about like fixating it any harder, because I am pretty sure that I'll be lifting it down every year or so to do some preventive maintenance. So now what? Now the tail. Now let's go and mount the tail. So I have it somewhere here, and let me just do this. Okay, now that's the size, and I mean, I have to tell you something about this sail. It was hard. It was definitely hard, because eventually I had to literally hammer this rod down into that pole. So bear in mind, so assemble this tail plate as the latest one. First of all, tail rod. I mean, this will be really hard. Probably even think of applying, maybe even loosen a little bit. I mean, just like scrap the pieces of metal and the pieces of paint, so it gets into easier. Because right now, I mean, it was really hard. I spent literally like 15-20 minutes hammering it down. It was hard, so obviously. But in the end, I mean, that's ready, that's prepared to mount the windwheel, which I will be doing next. And there it's very simple. I just like put it on top and secure it with the like factory bolts and nuts, factory nuts. Yeah, so that there is a washer, press washer, and a nut, a huge nut, and that's it. So yeah, and Conan is the last one. I will not be showing you this because I mean this is relatively very simple thing. So I will show you once it already is in the air, because well, the other guys are somewhat rotating. I mean, not production, but somewhat rotation. So I'm eager to see how this one will work. Bear in mind, it's on parking brake still, so yeah. So it's up in the air, and well, the only thing that I have left to be done is to secure the bolts of the folding element and to tension the wire guides. I already will apply it from a towing cable, from a towing position, because yeah, this one was towing. It will be now the one of the wire guides, as well as the other three. I have to tension them to ensure that the tower will not move anywhere, and then let it go. Yeah. Let's see how it performs. You see, the tail is upside down. That's to make it distinguishable among the others, so nobody gets mistaken. So whichever tail is upside down, that one is FT-2000 with the customized windwheel. So now you know. So let's begin. It's that one. Still on parking brake. Controller is on. So this brake is released. Now I have to release the main brake. And let's see whether it will start to spin up. Yes, it does. Yes, it definitely does. Let's check in what's on the controller side. How quickly does it get to the desired voltage? And it's like you see 14, 15, 16, 17, 24 will be the start of taking out some watts. Yes, it does. It goes. I mean, it goes. It goes. Probably the press is too heavy, because you see it goes down to the 24 volts very easily. So what do? I go to this setup and I change the K mode value probably to probably I will increase it to, let's say, 110. Okay, and let's see how it does go now. 24, 23. Yes, it's still, let's check the rotations. I mean, the rotations are quite slow. Yeah, obviously. So in this case, I might be, I will have to play around. So I'll probably maybe need to start to change the cut-in voltage. Maybe I will have to move it up. Maybe I'll have to move it down. I'm not sure yet. I will have to figure out eventually which one works best for this one. But I mean, I will definitely be able to take out some kind of power out of it. But I mean, the wind is literally like around 3 meters per second, not big one. So definitely we see some production, and that's already very good. And that's already very good. I will just have to figure out how to make it stable. And maybe this is it. I don't know. But you have seen it all. You have seen it all, so let me pause this. And we'll see you in the next one. So like, subscribe if you haven't still. And see you later. Okay, I took some time to do the calculations quickly, and what I figured out is that some of the settings I have on the controller are not exactly as they should be. So let me explain you quickly what are they and how will I change them. So first of all, the 3.4 meter diameter windwheel is getting to 2 meters per second at around 65-70 RPM. So I should not be taking out any current of it before 70 RPM is reached, because I mean that makes little sense, because it will just like stop the turbine, and will not allow it to move properly. So my guess is that cut-in should be somewhere around 25. I'm not sure. We'll check that. Well, 25. Let's say 25. The next one, rotations, 450 RPM. This is when I have to stop the wind turbine. And 400 RPM is the 12 meters per second wind for this 3.4 wind wheel. And that is already way over the capacity, because that's 3.8 kilowatts of power, which is kind of a lot for a 2 kilowatt nominal generator, right? So, I mean, 450 is already way too late. I have to reduce this value to be 400, maybe 410. Okay, let's say 410. Okay, 405. I don't know. Let's see, because I mean this one is quite quick to react, so that will likely be somewhere around the required value. And Vmax, I don't know yet. I mean, I know that the 96 volt generator, I've been doing this, I've been drilling with the hand drill earlier. It can output some crazy 400 volts on the crazy RPMs, which will be like 1200, 1300, right? But not on 400 RPM, right? On 400 RPM, it will be giving way less voltage, right? But eventually, the trouble is that you cannot figure out. I mean, I will have to sit around and wait for what happens. So let's take a closer look. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's literally around the needed value, and you see how the voltage actually quickly rose, and as well as the production, because I mean, that's how it should normally be. Wind fluctuates. I mean, it goes down below 2 meters per second and then goes up quickly up to 4, maybe even 5 sometimes, because, well, it's gusty today. It's the lowest wind in a week we have, but it's a good wind to test the very like edge scenarios on the start, not on the heavy winds, and it's still early before the wind season starts, so I have a good time to test this and to check this. So it's about a time when it was actually set, this wind turbine, I mean. And well, for now, what I see, that the start was not skipped. The start went smoothly from the low voltages up to higher. And I mean, less than 25, I mean, there is literally not much power to drag. It just goes into the on-off mode, like you see here right now. That's what it does. I mean, it still gets some power, then it switches off, then it gets some power, then it switches off. But I mean, there has to be a constant, stable, steady wind which is high above the value that can be taken out of it. So I mean, this is absolutely okay. So 25, maybe I was correct. Maybe not 25, maybe 22 should be the value, or 21. Let's just quickly change it, because that was my guess again. Let's do this at 22. And let's see if it, well, what will it go? Will it be stabilized on 70 RPMs? Yes! Yes, 60, 70, well, maybe 23, you know. As always, you just have to like sit and play. You have to know what you are doing, you have to sit and play, and then you will see eventually. By the location, by the way it feels, you will get your idea how it should work, how it like literally can work. I don't know if this K mode value is okay, so I will have to probably like change it to, let's say, 200. I don't know. I've already been changing this quite a while. Oh, come on. It's very easy to miss these values. But I mean, the operating buttons of this controller are kind of good. Yeah, you will get used to it in time. Okay. So it will now pressing a little, way less, way less, but still, at the very beginning, it presses kind of heavy. So it just depends. No, it's not enough. The wind is like this one. And I actually moved the weather station. Now it sits at 10 meters height. It's right over there, if you can notice it. At 10 meters height, over there on that tower, on the biggest one, on the 15-meter one, which is having no wind turbine at the moment. I'm expecting it to arrive in about a month. This will be the pitch-controlled one, but I mean the weather station sits now on 10 meters height, exactly the same height that this one is sitting right now. So, and it measures quite clearly the wind that is in that location. And I mean, well, it's kind of okay if it starts like somewhere between 2.5 to 3 meters per second, which is at the moment. So I mean, it can be left as it is. So for the start, for the cutting voltage, 22, 23 is the right place for me. K mod value, not sure yet. I will have to check it in time, because I mean the lower values are okay, but I mean I'm like now curious whether at 400 RPMs, because at 4 on 5 we have the brake now set, what kind of power will it be at that kind of limit. So that's what I'm interested in. I am expecting to see not maybe 3.8 kilowatts, but maybe 3 would be absolutely okay for me, maybe 3.2. Let's see, I don't know. So, I mean, we just have to wait for the stronger winds to understand how it works. Anyways, let me stop this for now, because this is way too much information for you guys, and probably it's already boring. So, anyways, ask me later, how does it work, how does it perform. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks, see you, bye.